Breaking now, we have new details into what investigators believe happened when pregnant Ashley Bush was taken from Benton County. As we have reported, she and her baby were both found dead, but in different locations in Missouri. We want to warn you, some of these details, they may be hard to hear. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker has been on top of this story since the beginning. She's in the newsroom with more on what we're learning.
According to the probable cause affidavit we received this morning, Amber Waterman admitted details of the kidnapping and murder to her husband. Attorneys believe Amber Waterman wanted to keep the baby for her own. Amber Waterman has officially been charged with kidnapping resulting in death, and her husband Jamie Waterman with accessory after the fact to kidnapping resulting in death. Prosecutors say these actions resulted in Bush's death. Let's break down what the report shows. After detectives learned about the possible abduction on Monday, they got details from the victim's fiance about the possible work from home job interview with a woman named Lucy. Investigators found a Facebook account for Lucy, and on that account, a public post about baby items available for moms in need. Detectives believe this is how the two first connected. Ashley's fiance found her phone in a ditch and turned it over to detectives. They then were able to find the information on Lucy, tying that page to Amber Waterman. Using an emergency request to Facebook and T-Mobile, they were able to identify an IP address for Amber's location. Then using Google Maps data, they confirmed Ashley did travel to Maysville and her home in Pineville, Missouri on Monday, which was the day of the abduction. The next day on Tuesday, detectives went to the home of the Watermans and they allowed them to search their property. Their detectives noticed a truck matching the description of the one that Amber was last seen in while at the home. Waterman told detectives she never left the house Monday until she allegedly went into labor, calling 911 and meeting an ambulance at a convenience store near their home. When at home, they asked to see her phone and she stated she lost it. They asked if she knew Bush and she said no, but her husband's story is different. In a separate interview with her husband, Jamie, he says he came home for lunch and Ashley was not home and the truck was gone. He says he didn't hear from his wife until later that afternoon, saying she was having a miscarriage. He says he then left work and went with them to the emergency care. Now, yesterday, a search warrant was served at the Waterman's home. At the same time of the search warrant, detectives also interviewed the husband, Jamie, at his work. He said on Monday he found blood inside their truck and he assumed it came from his wife during her miscarriage. Jamie told detectives his wife cleaned the blood from the truck and burned the rags afterwards. He told them once detectives left his home on Tuesday, his wife told him she had killed Ashley and then changed her story saying Lucy killed her. But not long later, she led her husband to Bush's body laying next to the house rolled in a tarp. They then moved her body to a burn pile, poured on gasoline and burned her. Then the couple transported her body in Jamie's truck to an area off the property. Detectives asked Jamie if he could show them where the body was disposed, and he took them to an area not far from their home. What the report did not tell us is when and how Ashley gave birth to the infant before she was killed. The range of punishment for Amber Waterman, if found guilty, is a death penalty or life in prison. As for Jamie Waterman, he faces up to 15 years in prison and a hefty fine. We are working to get the full arrest report on the website, 5newsonline.com. You can find it here. We will have much more on this case tonight on 5 News. Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
Also in the court documents, they give more detail on the Facebook page made by Amber Waterman with the fake name of Lucy. Detectives say that the Facebook page was made on October 25th under the name of Lucy Barrows. Now, here's a look at that page. On it, Waterman made a post saying that she had a bunch of baby items for a mom in need. The detective did an emergency request into the Facebook profile and were able to identify an IP address associated with it. This tied them to the Watermans. When detectives first asked Amber Waterman if she knew a Lucy, she said she did, saying that they worked together at Walmart and they were not close and they hadn't seen each other for a few weeks. Again, according to the investigation, that Facebook page was created by Amber Waterman just last week.
Over my career, this is one of the most horrific cases that I have been personally involved with.
That is Benton County Sheriff Sean Holloway saying how horrific this crime is. Here's what we know on the death of the baby. According to information from McDonald County Sheriff Rob Evanson, reported by our CBS affiliate in Joplin, Missouri, Bush's baby died on Monday. The McDonald County Sheriff said that deputies got a call on Monday night about a newborn baby that wasn't breathing. EMS stopped the suspects, a husband and a wife, Amber and Jamie Waterman, right there on your screen. They were on their way to the hospital and tried to revive the infant, but the child died. The sheriff said that Amber claimed the baby was hers. And in that press conference, the Benton County Sheriff's Office says that Ashley Bush's body was found in a different location in Missouri. This case involves multiple agencies at local and federal levels.
The investigation still is ongoing. There are some things that we don't know now, and then there are some things that we can't say at the moment since it's ongoing. But at this point, both of these individuals are in custody. I believe their federal charges relate to kidnapping that led to murder. And so there will be certainly overlapping charges as this case goes forward. And so that's kind of where that is.
The Benton County prosecutor tells us that the baby's body was sent to the Arkansas State Crime Lab for an autopsy today. Ashley's body was taken to the Missouri Crime Lab for an autopsy. And you should know that we are currently working on any inconsistencies that there might be in the timeline of when the baby and the mother were found. We'll update you online at 5newsonline.com and in your 5 News First at 4. Josh Willis is the fiance of Ashley Bush. He's been speaking to 5 News for the past few days while authorities search for Ashley. Willis tells us that he is devastated and disgusted with the whole situation, but he is currently surrounded by his loved ones. Willis went on to tell us that Ashley was, in quote, a great mother, a wonderful wife, and a very outgoing, caring, kind person. The family was praying for Ashley and her baby to come home safely, but now they say that they are going to support each other through this difficult time. Meanwhile, in a statement to 5 News, Julie Boone, Ashley's sister, says that the entire family is devastated and they are requesting privacy as they grieve. And as we mentioned, authorities say that more charges are pending. We're learning Missouri does have a fetal homicide law. It states, in part, the life of each human being begins at conception. Effective January 1st, 1988, the laws of this state shall be interpreted and construed to acknowledge on behalf of the unborn child at every stage of development all the rights, privileges, and immunities available to other persons, citizens, and residents of this state. We asked about the fetal homicide law in Arkansas during the Benton County media conference, and this is what they said.
Yeah, well, in Arkansas, if you kill a pregnant woman, then you can be charged with 2 counts of murder. So certainly in the state of Arkansas, I would charge them with 2 counts of homicide.
And as we have learned, it all started online. Ashley Bush thought that she was meeting a woman named Lucy for a work-from-home job. The two met online in a mom Facebook group. The Benton County Sheriff is saying that internet safety is very important and to make sure that you're careful no matter who you're meeting with from online.
This is a safe place to live, but that doesn't mean evil can't happen here. You know, you should always be vigilant and make sure that you're taking care of your loved ones and yourself, and meeting strangers that you've met online at any aspect is dangerous in itself when you don't know who they are. So we just advise people to be very cautious on people you don't